I think the ranking now is at like what 4 million it shows.
It was up over 5 million on Ethereum.
5 million.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I do that, and I'm sorry guys, I don't sell right now. I max it out.
I saw somebody earlier saying, "Hey, stop selling all your Zen B-Roots."
Yeah. I max it out. I haven't sold a single Zen. Like I don't even know where to go to sell it if I could. Like I just max it out every time.
Well, one thing I'm excited to do is actually we have a guest that's going to come in here, and I really look forward to someone like yourself with a vast crypto experience asking these type of questions. So I'm going to bring Jack Levin on if you don't mind.
Uh-oh, surprise.
So we can see two very, very polar opposite personalities talk for just a couple minutes. He said he's only got about 10 minutes to join us, but I'm really, really curious to hear some of the conversation banter before the two of you here. And then we'll get back to the other Degen stuff that the audience likes to hear. So Jack, welcome to the stream. We've got B-Roots in here. I know you've spoken with him on one of the show tanks.
Hey, you guys woke me up.
Did we?
You're not the devs. You're not the dev sleeping, are you? That's not good.
It's because I'm working so hard. I'm sleeping in. It's 8 a.m. in Hawaii, and I overheard you guys talking about Lost. Lost happens to be one of my favorite shows. Also,
yes,
there we go.
Absolutely,
common ground.
There's nothing better.
In fact, we bought a house here in Hawaii, right next to the set of Lost, so I can actually walk there.
Bro,
awesome. All of the beaches and that little whatever they had this camp with the homes.
Mm-hmm.
That's like within miles from here.
No kidding.
So it's
awesome.
pretty incredible. Yeah. I love Lost. I think I rewatched it like at least 3 times.
Oh, it's a great show. It is
nothing better. Nothing has come out since then that is
so good. So good. It's so weird. John Locke and and the team and everybody and the smoke monster. I miss the smoke monster.
The smoke monster, the button you have to push every hour the world goes to.
Is that the alarm that wakes you up every morning?
No, but I'm designing proof of work NFTs. The seed crypto will be based on those numbers.
Nice.
Oh, really?
15, 16, 42, whatever, all those things. I forget.
Don't ever play those numbers in the lottery. You're gonna share that win. You're gonna share that winning with a bunch of people.
Yeah.
If you ever play lottery, I don't play lottery, but
no. Yeah. Well, yeah, we do. We're playing in crypto, so it's all a big
crypto lottery. It's crypto comedy meets crypto lottery.
Yeah, no kidding.
That's what it is.
So, B-Roots, what are your thoughts on Zen? We were talking about narrative. This is something that's kind of on an island of its own. The pushback a lot of people give is that it's minted into oblivion. So the I guess market cap will be market cap's kind of not relevant, but the total cap on coins, it doesn't exist. It's going to be hundreds of trillions, which by the way, so is PulseChain. But where does this type of narrative fit into what you're thinking with the next bull run and a unique type of token?
What I like about it is number one, it's innovative, it's different. We haven't seen something with so much hype in crypto, or talk, not necessarily hype. I don't think we're at a hype cycle within Zen. I just think we're more of a FUD cycle and like people just going back and forth with each other.
FOMO versus FUD.
Yeah, FOMO. Yeah, exactly.
I feel like they amplify each other. The fathers come out, the people, the true Zenians come out with sticks. Everybody end up fighting. Just like regular crypto. I mean, every day.
every bear market when something new comes out, it's funny because Hex came out and it was the same exact scenario with Hex and Bitcoin. So it's like, you got these back and forth going on.
Yeah, I heard people were hating it like for a year.
Oh yeah, it was rough.
What was it, like 2019?
Yeah, I think it got introduced in it was 19. It got introduced and then launched.
Yeah, I'm new to Hex. Like I didn't know Hex existed until May this year.
I knew. I looked at it. I watched. I always watched Richard Hart. I didn't invest into late. So once PulseChain got announced, and I was like, yeah, I'm in. But
no kidding, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I'm not an OG. I'm not an OG Hexagon. I just invested a lot of money into it.
So you're down like everybody else.
Not by that much. Very little. Very
well,
little.
you knew better to sell the top than to stay, hopefully.
So you know, there is this narrative, and I think actually Eric Wall mentioned it. They were talking with Richard on some stage in Switzerland or somewhere in Europe, and so Eric was very abrasive towards hacks, and Richard was defending it. And then Eric is like, okay, when can I get some Pulse? And the story here is that you could talk crap down the coin, but you still want to own it.
Yeah.
Because every it doesn't matter, every shitcoin or not shitcoin, we're still in the process of discovery what's worth anything anywhere. And so when the bull market comes and the tide rises all boats, the one with the crappiest, lowest liquidity and lowest valuation is going to fly the hardest.
Yep.
So it's really no point. I mean, if you're there for the money and for the return, there's really no point talking the ideology. The only people who talk ideology are the ones who bought the top.
Yep.
So that's the way I feel about that. So, but early in the project, I think it doesn't matter what anybody says. If you're there for the return, you should be buying the story, not the coin.
Absolutely. And that's what I like about Zen. When you see a bunch of just like people going after it, that means you're doing something good. Because here's the funny thing is the people aren't here yet. Like we're just hardcore in crypto. Like retail's not here, the hype is not here, the true money is not even in crypto. Most VC companies aren't even investing in companies.
Yeah. We're pioneer Degens in the true sense of the word.
Yeah. So everyone in crypto right now is a Degen.
Right.
And they're the purists.
Yes.
And so that's why they're just at each other's throat. Like mine's better than yours is better than mine. Yours is a crap coin. Everything's a crap coin.
But Jack, this would probably be my biggest question on, and this is speculation when it comes to Zen. And like I said, I'm not doing the 30 to 50 wallets that everyone's doing with that one tool. I'm just playing it slowly and I'm staking it out as far as possible. I haven't even sold a single Zen. I can't for another 200, 300 days. So right. Even if I wanted, I mean, I guess I could, but it'd be stupid. But the speculation that a lot of people, when I see hexagons just getting upset and just hating on it, the speculation to me is free versus paid. Do you want to pay for it? Do you want to get it for free? So when it comes to the pumping of the actual coin, obviously over time that the ability to mint as much goes slower and slower, or goes lower and lower and lower. But the main speculation that no one has the answer to today, and to say that the paid version, say Hex, is what you pay for, and you want to pay for that yield versus free yield. That is, in the end, I believe that's what you're going against. And to say that one is better than the other at this point in time right now.
So
you're crazy.
Both you need to pay for. The one, so Hex or any other currency, you pay to the holder who's willing to sell at a certain price.
Correct.
But when you mint Zen, even though you're not buying it, you're still paying to the blockchain to execute the mint.
Correct. Well, I guess because in a way you have to do that with Hex also. So
yeah, you do, but it's not as painful because you technically get more of a concentration. You can buy all Hex if you wanted to with one transaction.
Yeah.
Where with Zen, you don't get much at all if you just mint with one transaction. So like the question is, why are people minting every day? Well, it's because, they're making more Zen for themselves, but it is the blockchain that you pay to make more Zen for you. And most of it gets burned. 90% of the fee that you pay towards the gas is burned. And so I think the difference is that if I were in the Hex camp or anybody else's camp, and I would say, why is that you're wasting your gas money that gets burned and not buying my coin, not buying it from me, but from someone else, so it rallies, so that I make more. But rather, you don't make more; you have a possibility to sell for higher. That's only the thing that matters to the coin holder. But with Zen, I think the major narrative is that Zen itself was very easy to launch. It's only 400 lines of code. It has nothing in it. So, but what comes next is what's really interesting. So Zen, I believe, is a building block for the new protocols to be built on top of it. And we already see people building. So obviously we'll release the NFTs, which will be really, really interesting. And NFTs will be created and minted by burning Zen. And it's going to be expensive and rare. So where Zen is cheap and abundant, NFTs are expensive and rare. So you're combining the abundance with rarity. And that's where the true yin and yang begins. Now, there are other people out there who are building DeFi protocols that will also burn Zen and derive some other coin or some other DeFi product, which is also very, very interesting. But it's like this. If Zen is given to everybody on the planet, then if you're a builder, you get the whole planet to play with because everybody will hold it. So that's the story, essentially. So if you're minting Zen, you're buying the bricks that will build the new crypto economy.
So here's a question. At what point do you personally start buying Zen
versus minting?
I would a little bit. I would a little bit just to see if it works on Uniswap, and it worked.
Well, I know it works. I'm just saying, in general, there has to come a time where you're just like, well,
it's like this. The formula is really simple. The only time that you would want to buy Zen, or me personally, I would, if there's an event that I know that's coming that Zen will be spent on.
Yeah.
So if I don't have enough and I want to mint a Unicorn NFT and there's only 100 of them and I really want one and I don't have 10 billion Zen and I don't have time to mint it, then I have to buy it. So that's the time when I would want to do it, or anything else out there. So if some other project comes up and I want to participate, then I'm gonna have to acquire Zen to do it.
What are your? I mean, IAMBRoots. I'd love to know your thoughts on the Zen NFT if you've looked into that at all. I know you like the NFTs, the NFT that has a utility, so the utility burns the product. Zen, it does have a market, it does have a brand. There is speculation. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of talk about utility. What is that? What are your thoughts on the Zen NFT?
I don't know the secondary. I understand what's going on. You got to buy it. I know there's different tiers. The question I have is, after it's bought, what is the point of the actual NFT? Is it just like a kind of like a placeholder to say, like a badge of honor, saying that, hey, I hold this cost 10 billion NFTs to have this badge of honor, and somebody else wants to trade that badge of honor, or is there something else added to that?
So it has a lot of economic and rare properties built in. So the rare properties is your C rank. So a lot of people were asking, how can I keep my C rank? And you can't after you mint. But with NFT, you can actually keep your C rank and show people off that said, hey, I am under 10 million or 5 million C rank. It's actually rare. I was there early. So you're holding the placement in the queue, like so to speak. And that's your, it is kind of like a badge of honor because it's very rare and it's early. You've been early. It's only 1 of 100. It could be number 55, which is like a cool number, right? Or it could be 10, it could be 1, it could be 100, the last one. So that's definitely collectible aspects of it. Now, the other collectible aspect that's actually economic in nature is that if you burned 10 billion and currently it's $40,000 and Zen rallies, it goes 10x or 100x, the amount of economic energy that got burned and stored as a property within the NFT is now technically could be sold for what the market demand is. So if Zen is more expensive and you have spent so much Zen to embed it within the NFT, then that actually means that's how much it's worth, at least, plus all of those rare things. And the last one is it has the minting function. So you can specify for 130 days, 100 VMUs or 128 VMUs, which are virtual minting units. It will mint more Zen for you in the future. So that action you can also sell. So not only it's rare, not only it has stored Zen in it by being burned, it also has an ability to mint new Zen for the holder or the new holder, the one that you will sell it to.
Now, is it at that C rank that you
at that C rank? Yeah, of course.
Huh.
Yeah. So you can say that C rank is working for me right now, and it's on the OpenSea. I want to buy it. Or if you don't have it, then you can say, I'm buying somebody else's C rank. I am buying somebody else's action of a burn of 10 billion Zen.
Now, does it take your C rank? Now, how does it take your C rank? Is it when you buy that actual NFT, or is it like
when you mint it? When you mint
it,
NFT,
whatever that C rank is what you hold up.
Whatever the global rank is becomes your C rank.
How much does it cost to be 10 billion?
It's 10 billion Zen. 10 billion Zen. Zen is trading at 5 zeros and 38, so that's 38,000. There's only 100 of them.
Okay. 38 G's.
That's a big number.
It is a big
but
number.
Last week it was 80. It was 80 G's last week.
Yeah.
Somebody, that's going to create FOMO.
You think so?
Yeah.
I feel like I want one. I am talking about this. I'm talking myself into getting one.
I feel I like the idea. I would like it even better. Here's the thing. I would like it even better if it can automatically. Now, you said it can automatically mint for you?
Not automatically.
No?
You're going to have to receive the mint by claiming it. You have to go to the web app.
You have to go and do it.
Yeah, because blockchain doesn't work automatic. It has to.
Yeah.
You have to execute a transaction to realize it.
It'd be cool if it automatically did it.
Yeah, if it just deposited at the end. I agree.
And here's another thing that we're planning to build. Potentially, there will be a DeFi protocol where you will be able to stake your NFT and borrow the future Zen against it.
Yeah.
Wow. Say that again.
There is a price that I would buy that at.
Yeah,
I'll just let you know right now. There's a price that I would scoop up 10 billion.
So a DeFi protocol that you will be able to stake your NFTs in to borrow Zen, future Zen against. So if you don't repay your loan, your NFT will be potentially sold to someone else, whoever will buy out your loan.
Okay.
DeFi lending in Zen.
But if it's minting, but if it's right, if NFT is minting future Zen for you, so you could technically borrow against it because the contract does not lie. It will for sure mint it in a year or in 6 months. Why can't I borrow 30% from it and do something else with it? And if I don't repay, it stays within the DeFi protocol and somebody else can pick it up to pay off your debt, technically.
Now, is that something, would you be building that DEX? Because is that essentially an exchange of some sort that would be built?
It's not really a DEX. It's more of a MakerDAO protocol, the one that generates DAI, the stable coin. So it's similar to that, but it would be a simplified version where, we know how to do staking. Clearly, you just pass on the ownership to the protocol for a period of time, and then you need to satisfy a condition, just repay what you borrow. So it's a very simple protocol. So every wallet, which is a person, will have the borrowing record, and potentially the people who are funding the liquidity within that protocol will get 50% liquidity fee by depositing that Zen to be loaned out. So it's a loan system with the NFT being deposited as collateral. And that's pretty interesting.
Fixed APY, I'm assuming?
It depends on maybe the tiers. So perhaps these unicorns or limited or other Apex classes could actually pay higher APY because the rarity also presents more value. So if they're sold at an auction or or somebody isn't repaying their debt and they borrowed against the rare kind, then that APY might be higher technically.
Now I'm gonna ask a question. It could be controversial, so you don't have to answer if you don't have to.
I love all questions, controversial or not. I mean, I actually prefer controversial because they're so funny and they're so easy to answer.
So Zen's free. Zen is on all of these exchanges. So I'm just gonna say it up front, man. It's gonna get adopted just based on that alone. During the bear market, the one that gets a lot of hype, and they're just getting thrown on exchanges left or right. They're preparing for a bull market. Do you have to pay for those exchanges?
Me personally?
Yeah, or is there like a foundation or something that's like paying for that? Or these people are these exchanges like saying, we see this, we're just going to emit, and then we're going to apply them to our supply, and then they have to do that.
So that was the biggest surprise to me. Day one of Zen launch, all of those exchanges listed Zen. I have never seen them, spoken to them, and some of them I didn't even know they existed. Gotcha. So there was no money or marketing spent on advertising Zen to an exchange. In fact, I thought it's going to be off an exchange. That's why my earlier tweet said that there will be no listings on CEX, because I didn't plan to hustle and get it on there.
Yeah.
But day one, they all listed it, and I swore it was a scam in my mind. I thought it was somebody else is trying to launch their version of Zen on an exchange that paid them money to be a scammer.
Yeah.
And then I checked the contract's address, and it matched. And so I thought, okay, well, I guess they're doing it. They're not really asking me, but it's great. More liquidity.
That's just proof. That's why I'm like minting, like nothing against Hex and what they've done, but nope.
Well, it seems to be that
it's your speculation. There's your market. There's your I mean, yeah.
It seems to be the world is approving of Zen en masse, not only in this country, in America, but also in Asia. The second largest region to participate in Zen mints is Asia. I share those stats. And so it's a worldwide phenomenon. And we actually have about 30 different international groups talking about Zen in all of their languages. It's incredible. And I can show it to you guys later, but there's a list of regions and languages that people are discussing Zen, which is very interesting.
Wow. Is Zen, does it, you're going to laugh when I ask this question. How many people can have 10 billion Zen right now?
How many people can?
Yeah. Like how many? Like,
okay, so let's do it.
Can't be possible right now. Like
it's a trillion. It's just a bit over $1 trillion. So 10 people.
10
but no, but I mean,
100.
That's the thing. There's so many different wallets that have it staked out, and there's not possible for them to actually have.
Well, they cannot stake if they want to, but we see 3 people with 10 billion Zen.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
Right now on the Etherscan, if you look at holders, there's 3 people.
And there's 100 of those top NFTs, or was it
100 top NFTs, and then there is 5 billion ones. So we go 10, 5, 2.5, 1. Those are the 5 classes. So altogether everything, it should burn or have ability to burn 15 trillion. And there is only 1 trillion Zen supply right now.
That's very interesting.
So we don't have enough Zen to mint all of the NFTs. And Correct. That's actually a good thing, because that means less gas wars, because you're now you're removing the pressure from gas, because it's not an airdrop, nothing is dropped, nothing is being pre-minted and sold. They actually need to be derived from Zen itself, and there isn't enough Zen to go around to do it.
You're playing chicken. Right. That's what's going to happen. It's like who's gonna pull the trigger first.
Yeah.
That's what it's happening.
You're going to
So
see
of course,
a couple people.
the price is gonna go down. Like obviously, look at the chart. The chart is what it is. Everyone understands why the chart's going down. If you don't and you're fudding on it, you just don't get what's going on. So there's gonna come a point in time where someone's gonna be like, yeah, this is within my budget. Bam. And then you're gonna have someone go down, and then the next person's gonna say, yeah, I'm not gonna let it go lower than that, because if that was lower than that guy's budget, he might buy another one. And then before that one,
so
bam, so that creates a higher low. Like it's a market in itself.
Yeah, of course. So that's part of the game theory. And the game theory is that you connect something that's super abundant and reaches many, many people across the globe with something that is rare and have them play the game fairly.
Yeah.
And the game is fair because no one is selling you Zen from the foundation, from the company, or from the group. Neither anybody is selling the NFTs. It's basically just the products that you create yourself based on your behavior and participation. That's why we call it proof of participation protocol.
And over time, that will at least be what you paid for it, because in time that gets less and less to be able to be minted. Not to mention, you're keeping your C rank.
Of course. Well, there are several pressures economically that will eventually push Zen higher. One, it's getting deflationary over time, for sure. Mm-hmm. Then the other thing that a lot of people don't think about is that fiat inflation around the world is going to continue to be bad, no matter what. Now that makes the gas prices on Ethereum in dollar terms more expensive, which means that the mints in dollar terms are more expensive too over time, as we index for inflation. That's one element of pressure, the upward pressure. The second one is the total activity across Ethereum blockchains. The more activity you have, the more expensive the gas is. Mm-hmm. So a few days ago, there was this blowout or CZ was tweeting something about Tether, and Tether all of a sudden freaked out and the gas went up. Everybody stopped minting Zen because it became 10 times more expensive to mint. Now that's also bullish for Zen, because when you don't mint Zen, you don't produce supply. Mm-hmm. That's bullish. You buy instead, or at least you wait. Now, if the gas remains elevated for any period of time due to some other project, regardless of what's happening, that's bullish. And thirdly, obviously, Ethereum itself is deflationary. And when the gas is burned, the Ethereum supply drops, which means Ethereum more expensive in dollar terms, which makes the gas more expensive again, which makes mints more expensive, which makes Zen more expensive. So all of those economic elements are aligning to drive a lot of value for you, a minter who mints at 12 Gwei. Because that 12 Gwei in dollar terms are not going to stay $4 forever per wallet.
Yeah.
It's going to be 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, $50 eventually. And then what happens to you then? Well, it goes from $4 to $50. That's technically 12.5 times at least, plus all the other pressures out there. So that's why this is exciting, because it's like Bitcoin, except you're way early and everybody knows about it.
Yeah.
So where with Bitcoin, it's only was like 100 people, 200 people that were pre-mining. But here, nobody's pre-mining, which is awesome. Yeah. Everybody gets a fair chance.
So last question, unless you've got some more B-Roots, and then we'll jump back into our Degen land. And of course, Jack, if you want to stick around for that, but I'm not sure that's your cup of tea. Literally, you've got tea with you. We still have the big question is when are the Zen NFTs launching? Thought it was last Saturday. It's 2 weeks from now, right?
All things, it's December 14th. All things going well, we're targeting, hold on, let me open the calendar real quick. We're targeting days after Christmas, before the New Year.
Okay.
So
2 weeks.
2 weeks, literally.
If it's
don't say that.
I was gonna say, that's terrible. Say
Just say
10
3
days.
weeks. Just say
Say
3
what,
weeks. Just
17 days.
Yeah, it's gonna be 2020. I don't even know what the
Just
right
don't
thing to
say 2 weeks or don't say 2 months, and you'll be good.
It's 2 weeks in the Mayan calendar.
And then okay. But you're thinking
Maybe
you're on time.
isn't it 12 days in wait, no. Yeah, 12 days a week in Mayan calendar.
In Mayan calendar, okay.
So what is it in 2 weeks? 24 days. We'll see. Point is, we're pretty happy with our progress. We're pretty happy with the web app. Things seem to work. There's no obvious bugs. The auditing firm is working on it. We're talking to various platforms, like we just spoke with OKX. They want to list us and promote us within the OKX ecosystem, and their ecosystem is pretty interesting, actually, because they are really done a good job designing a multi-chain wallet, as well as the multi-chain NFT aggregator. So you can go to OKX and get all the tools and buy from Super Rare and OpenSea at the same time.
Yeah,
And
they definitely do a lot of things with NFTs.
So we're planning to do an NFT engagement with them in terms of connecting all the dots there, and plus we want to go to Binance too, because Binance is big on NFTs. They have guilds and various other elements where people are really aping into NFTs, and it's really so great because some people who are trading ERC20 tokens will never get into the NFTs, and NFT guys will never get into the regular straight ERC20 trading. So it's like two worlds, and we're going to be in both worlds, connecting it, which is kind of like the ethos of this project, is that we want the world to be connected. And of course, it will produce more liquidity for the project too. So
nice. Anything else for Jack B-Roots?
No, that's all I have.
I have a question.
I'm intrigued.
What's B-Roots? Is it like an algorithmic thing, like the root of a Merkle tree, or like what is it?
No, it actually isn't. B is the initial of my first name, and roots is I used to have long dreadlocks.
Oh,
and I've had them for 10 years, and I've had that name since when I was in college, and that was 15 years ago. So I just stuck with that name, and I never gave it away.
Nice.
Good name.
What's the thing behind you? Is that an NFT, the spaceman?
Oh no, that's my moon man. So I'm known as the Moon King.
Oh,
so
yeah,
it's
that's
a picture of a moon and the fish. Poker, you call the fish the newbies and newcomers. So that's me hovering over all the newcomers.
Was it? Oh, it was the Moon Knight. Have you seen the Moon Knight? The show.
No.
It's a pretty cool show. I mean, if you're a Moon King, you need to watch Moon Knight.
Is it better than Lost?
It's not better than Lost. It's completely different. It's very, very psychological and really well done. Well done.
I'll check it out. So I like those movies or the shows and movies that make you think. Which is the reason why I like Lost. It's just the whole time your mind's going.
It's a brain twister.
I like it. I'll check it out for sure.
Nice. Well, Jack, thanks for coming on. If you want to stick around and Degen with us, you're welcome to. But we got a lot of questions in the audience here. Do you have a Degen side, Jack?
Degen, of course. I'm a full degenerate times 10. I only put up a show being calm and considerate and whatever. But I'm completely wild on the inside. I'm burning with rage right now. I want those NFTs. Where are they?
Nice. Well, so the question I have, which we're getting a lot in the chat here, B-Roots, is what's the take on cult? I mean, that's something that you've been bullish on for a long time. I see the cult mask situation in the background there. I don't want to go back through all the comments, but somebody mentioned not your keys, not your coins, and somehow they tied that in with cult, and price performance has been flat to dropping. So let's just open up the can of worms. What's the story with cult, and are you still really bullish on it?
Yeah, 85 to 95% drop, just like pretty much everything in crypto. There has been some FUD lately. That's usually what happens when coins drop, and like Jack said, you buy the top, and those are the most vocal people. But they are building a layer 2 with ZK rollups.
Oh, so it's a layer 2, because I know they had originally said layer 1.
Yeah, that was all speculation that it was a layer 1. It's layer 2. They're going to use Colt to actually lock that up, kind of similar to how Dogechain is doing with Dogecoin.
Okay.
Where it locks up the Dogechain. With on their side of it, it's going to burn Colt. So everything about Colt is about burning, and then they're going to have projects that are going to be building on them and just creating that ecosystem up, fully decentralized, no admin codes, none of that stuff. So that should be the speculation, is that will come out during its 1-year anniversary, which is crazy. I believe that's in February or March.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's not too far away at this point.
It doesn't feel like it just feels like it was just yesterday that I bought Colt. To say it's almost at a 1-year anniversary is crazy. But this bear market has lasted almost 14 months. So there you have it.
And it doesn't ever feel like it's going to go away.
When did it start, the bear markets?
November of 2021.
21, right? So we don't count the 69,000 of BTC.
I count it. I count that.
Yeah.
So I count that as the high.
Okay.
Now I know some people don't, because they count it as a double top. I do, because whether it's leverage trading or whether it's people buying, people bought that up. And even Michael Saylor himself bought partial of that high. So to me, I believe that should count as much. So when I hear Richard Hart says he calls it on top on the day, I decline that and say no, you didn't. The top to me is the November 2021 top.
You know what would be cool if somebody could call the middle? Because everybody's like focused on the bottom and the top, but what about the middle?
Well, outside of this year, every year the bear market lasts approximately 1 year, almost to the T. So previous bear markets, you could say, just cut it in 6 months and be like, this is the middle.
Yeah.
And then you would be right. You would be right. But this one has drawn out a little longer, whether you believe it was the March top or whether you believe it's the November top. We're in December and we created new lows. So this year's bear market has been completely different than any other one.
Now, you had originally been pretty confident that the bottom was in, and of course the FTX debacle happened and we saw down into the 15,000s. Where do you stand now?
I have capital just in case that I always preach to have capital, whether you believe the bottom is in or not. If we go up in the bull market and something comes out that you really want, you can apply that capital to that comes out that's new. Maybe you want yourself a Zen NFT. Like, I'm glad I've got this capital to buy 10 billion, 10 billion Zen up, and you can do that. So yes, I do have capital deployed, but not deployed, but
held
ready. And my thing is, the bottom could be in, and that would fake everybody out wanting a lower low, because if you call that a double top and it was only a double top by what, $4,000, why can't the low be a double bottom?
Double bottom, yeah, could be.
It's possible. So is the low in at this point? I thought 17.5 was that low.
Sure.
And I was right for a long time. And then, like you said, FTX happened and created another low.
It's isn't it 18.3 right now?
Yeah, it's going up right now. So
it's charging up.
I don't know. The altcoins aren't reacting like the lows in. So
tell me what you mean by that.
Usually the altcoins run, side by side in US dollar, outside of Ethereum, and they're not really. For example, in the last 7 days, Bitcoin's up 7%, Ethereum's up 6%, and Binance is down 5.9%.
Okay.
Dogecoin's down 8.6%. Polygon's up 1.9%. So you're not seeing the whole market kind of go confluence up like their bottoms are in. So you might have some altcoins where the altcoins bottoms are not in.
So to me, that tells me one thing, where Ethereum and Bitcoin is widely accepted by the macro traders, greater masses,
Correct.
where the alts, they don't touch those. So alts is for crypto people, where Ethereum and BTC for the rest of the market. So the crypto people are not convinced yet
Correct.
to jump in. But
Which,
once they do get convinced, we should expect multiple beta moves.
correct. You're going to see crazy flying going. And those who are, this is what I like to say, those who are old narratives, not building, dead narratives, slowly fade away. And those new narratives and new marketing projects, hype cycles, their hype cycle begins. And then that's what I call the flippening. The top 100 that just sucks kind of goes away, and then the new coins come in. If you look at 2021, March 2021, the top 100, and you literally look at the top 100 today, it's even changed drastically.
Yeah.
So you're already seeing coins come in with new narratives like GMX. GMX is a leverage trading platform, decentralized leverage trading platform that's slowly gaining speed, slowly gaining TVL, and that's coming to the top 100 where no one even knew about it, 4 months ago, 5 months ago. So that's what you notice, and that's why I like things like Zen. It's new, it's fresh, it's a new narrative, it's getting listed on exchanges. So adoption is probably going to be there when the time is right. So.
What's really exciting to me is the last slide of Elon Musk's presentation to the Twitter employees, where he says Twitter payments, and everybody's thinking it's going to be crypto.
Everyone thinks it's going to be Dogecoin.
Yeah, it almost seems like it'd be too easy.
You should slide in there, just like
there's a problem.
Zen crypto.
There's a problem with Dogecoin being not on Ethereum. It presents a problem because the trading can never be really done on an exchange, a true exchange.
Well, they're doing DogeChain right now. Have you heard of DogeChain?
I am on DogeChain, and when I say I mean Zen. Zen almost killed them. They had to change everything.
It did.
So, but DogeChain is not the same group
Correct.
at all. It's just people who are taking Doge, locking it in on the Litecoin. It's a Polygon clone. It's a fork of Polygon called Polygon Edge. And what they do is they take your Doge, the real Doge, and then they wrap it into DC, and that's used as a gas token on their chain. And the problem with that is that because they're not burning anything and you're not really trading Doge for DC, at any point in time, their bridge is subject to hacks because it is that one thing that holds all of the Doge that people have deposited. So that's always going to be an issue unless they implement something like Stargate atomic swaps, where it's going to be a true trade and not anything that's locked in and waiting to be exploited. So I would be more confident sending my Doge if I had one to DogeChain. But the issue with Twitter and payments is that if we're going the truly decentralized route, it really needs to be Ethereum based, because Ethereum based systems allow you to do trading without third parties. So you can trade against the protocol, where with DogeChain, it's always an exchange. It's very similar to Bitcoin, right? So there's some very weird things that you could do, but it always feels like a hack, where Ethereum protocols is a pure play. You go to Uniswap, you know exactly that. Yeah. There's no middleman controlling your swap. It's true crypto, this and that, right? But I'm thinking if I was Elon, I would really look towards Ethereum.
What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on PulseChain? I've never really heard your thoughts on PulseChain.
Oh boy!
Did I just hit a did I just hit a soft point?
Oh no! It's just funny. I mean,
if I was Richard, and I promised PulseChain, I would have launched it in a couple of weeks, maybe 3 weeks, and I wouldn't not do this world largest airdrop thing the copy, state copy.
Mm-hmm.
And those are my opinions. I don't believe the word airdrop is the true word. It's not an airdrop when you have a copy of what you already have. An airdrop is generally something that you did not have and somebody gives it to you. But it's when you have a copy of a Bored Ape, that's not an airdrop. That's just a copy. And so
yeah,
we have seen, so we can't really say it's an airdrop. It's just a marketing term. I get it.
yeah,
I get it.
yeah.
It's a marketing thing. So Ethereum proof of work had the copies and had the state copy, and you can have all of your Bored Apes right there on the Ethereum proof of work, Ethereum POW. So the excitement from the fact that it happened on POW, I guess it's not going to be the world's first largest airdrop anymore. It's neither going to be first or the largest. So it's so if that happened, I would say forget the airdrop part. Launch a chain, even if it's the same testnet chain that's PulseNet, because stuff is being built in. I mean, your community trusted you to launch and build a bunch of stuff, invested time and effort and thinking in their lives and building something amazing. So just launch that thing and forget about the sort of airdrop thing, and somehow maybe bridge hacks and use hacks for gas, the way that Doge chain is using Doge for gas, and everybody's would be happy. So that's what I would do. But there is a problem. There's a bigger problem besides the marketing and all of those terms and all that. The word sacrifices was never really a sacrifice. I mean, we can call it, a fluffy bunny with ears, but if you're sacrificing something and you have expectations that your sacrifice will bring you more money, that is not a sacrifice. That is an investment. Yeah. Now, somebody got upset in the world and complained to an SEC, and all the hexagons are getting subpoenas or been getting subpoenas. And that is because nobody really believed that when they put the money into the sacrifice pool, they really were making the sacrifice. So whoever the upset person was, and I understand why they would be upset. It's a bear market. They lost all of their money. And then they obviously saw that their sacrifice funds got converted to stable coins. I would want my stable coins back because if sacrifice happened a year ago, that would be like selling the top. So I would be like, hey, give me my money back because this thing's not happening anyway. And I was duped into that thing being called whatever, right? Sacrifice or not. So the problem with launching PulseChain now and having the sacrifice money truly makes it a problem with the SEC, because the SEC will say, listen, this looks and smells like a security because first of all, you collected a bunch of money, over $1 billion, then you promised something. Whether you delivered or not, it's still a promise, and that's why you entice people to do it. And all of that language about what was the sacrifice for? The freedom of movement or
freedom
something?
Of speech.
Freedom of speech. I get it. Freedom of speech, I like it. Freedom of movement, great. But is the SEC going to be convinced that it's not a word salad?
Yeah. Well, what does saying launching it now versus even later? I mean, they wouldn't, like they're not going to wait off until PulseChain comes out to say something, would they? Like, I mean, does it matter whether he launches today versus 3 months from now? With that idea of that the SEC is waiting?
That's exactly what I mean. This problem is bigger than I think anybody thinks, because if you do any sort of action and if you use the funds, the sacrifice funds, that means that you're now giving those funds more value, or rather the PLS supposed to get more value, the way that I understand it, for the money that's been sacrificed. So if that presents liquidity for the PLS to pump, then it's a truly been an investment. And so that's a pickle that you find yourself in. I mean, SEC is breathing down your neck. Can you launch anything? Well, I would be thinking twice about that. Because, I mean, SEC have fined and went after less complex things. Like, for example, Ton from Telegram. Yeah. Remember Telegram was raising money? They raised like $2 billion. And what happened to them?
2019, 2018. But then again, EOS got fined and like they just paid and like you can still buy EOS.
Sure.
It's the crazy. I mean,
the thing is that I don't think anybody's really going to jail, but the fines are not fun. And with TON token for Telegram, what they have done, they had to refund the $2 billion that they have raised to everyone. And then they took their TON token, locked it up into a contract, and made it into a mining contract. So you would be mining to get it back. And that's what happened.
It's
so
about to come out now. Like I just saw something that they're coming back with something.
They have a chain, actually. It's a TON chain that it's a different language, and they have a wallet that runs on Telegram, and you can exchange a TON token with the wallet. It's pretty interesting. So they avoided, I mean, they got slapped on the wrist with raising the $2 billion, and they had to return it. But then they continued to work. So that is good.
Here's the thing. He releases it. Do they say return it all back? Like, is it too late or not too late? And then you have, for example, you have different scenarios where people couldn't pay and then they just kind of died off with the SEC, when they went in their little witch hunt back in 2019 and started finding a bunch of people. I don't know. It's an intriguing subject. I'll be interested. I do agree with you. I do think if you just launch it, then if something does come up, then you pay the fine and you just keep it moving.
I would just launch it and see what happens.
Yeah.
So and I wouldn't worry about the state copying. I would say state copy, it's already been done with proof of work. It didn't really do much. But I understand there's the intricate things with PulseX and all of those things too. But I think in this particular case, the pressure of time is higher than the actual execution, just because you have the community that's vibrant and wanting it and want to build on it. And every day I feel if it's delayed, there's more and more people are disillusioned and moving off or whatever. So I just feel sad that it's been a while and the community has been primed to jump in and
there is a big difference though between PAL and PulseChain. And I always say this: marketing and narrative. Richard Hurt versus, hey guys, like most people don't even know how to get on the PAL and figure that out and mess with that exchange and go about that. Whereas Richard Hart's very vibrant, very like everyone knows him and he's all over the place talking about it. I think the way you market will be the big difference on whether it's accepted as a accepted copy and airdrop of coins.
Yeah, but the other thing, like if we're being controversial here, this whole narrative of PulseChain having the least fees, we have chains that have very, very minor fees. So this isn't anything new. I mean, we have Polygon, we have Binance, we have Phantom. So neither is the airdrop novel because it's already happened, nor the fees.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So I would say the only thing is the community build in the teams that are building new things on the PulseChain testnet. That is where the gold is. Everything else is just fluff. So I would focus on the gold, and I would really engage with the builders and build something amazing because that can scale beyond PulseChain. So
that's a big answer.
It is.
What are your thoughts on that, Roots?
That's I agree. I do think it should have been launched yesterday. I've always said that when this thing popped up. Is it Hex? Is it PulseChain? Like I haven't followed the side of it of PulseChain being involved with that, so I don't follow too many hexagons and look at their timeline, just because I try to keep distance as much as possible, but I also want to be in the community as much as possible too, so you know what's going on. But I do agree it does need to get launched ASAP. I do feel that it's getting launched ASAP. Like you're starting to hear more talks, and like I said, earlier, I see Richard Hart kind of quieting down, which usually means something's coming, because it's hard for him to be quiet. So, so something's obviously happening.
There could be a Gucci sale.
Yeah. So yeah, like I do think it's coming. It will be interesting what happens. I think when it happens, I think, say it goes in that scenario. Like, let's just be speculative about a scenario that happens. Say the SEC is like, oh yeah, we're gonna go get PulseChain. I can see PulseChain right out the bat, boom, doing its thing. No one cares. It's released. Everyone's happy. Everyone's buying up Pulse, so you didn't get Pulse. And then maybe they come and then 85, 95% drawdown. And then, whatever happens, it accumulates, and it goes through its regular cycle. And that's what I do believe about crypto is no matter what it is, cycles happen. For example, FTX, it's nothing new. Like, you have Mt. Gox, you had the Plus token, you had all these different exchanges. Every single bear market, the exchange happens, the Bitcoin or crypto accumulates, and then goes up. So in my eyes, my sacrifice is out there. It is what it is. I hope for the best. I did it for freedom of speech.
I do it for the NFT. I would do it for the NFTs. I wish there would be like a cool NFT platform on PulseChain. Yeah. So the NFTs could be.
Well, there is one being built. I thought Gerardo. Yeah, Mintra.
Yeah.
Mintra's coming. So
Mintra's
you'll
gonna
be
a
able
fork
to
of OpenSea.
Yeah, we're all accepting with Zen. You know, when you're in your Zen space, you're not the whole world is the tribe. Therefore, we will be on every chain.
Nice. So last question, then I got to run. I got kids coming home from school here. I'm just realizing we've been around and having a good time. Proof of memes chain. IAMBRoots, you were very vocal about that. The chain has launched. They've got their decks. Unfortunately, the price has dropped pretty significant. There's been a lot of FUD surrounding it lately.
Oh yeah.
What's going on there?
Another successful bear market rally, and I even tweeted about it. I said this will drop 95%.
Yeah,
no doubt in my mind it will drop 95%. Look at the tokenomics. You locked up the coins. You said you can't sell it, or you will get airdropped 90% less of the layer one. So no one sold going all the way up. People did sell, but majority of people didn't sell. Now you have your airdrop. Look at the Zen chart. Look at the Hex chart. Look at any chart that has an airdrop or that has some type of inflation. In the beginning, it's going to drop, and that's why I said this thing's going to drop 95%. There's no doubt. People are going to finally be able to take profit, and boom. So you were able to get 1% per day for 90 days of your proof of memes tokens. The drop that you just recently saw, the developer Roger just said, screw it. Pull off the Band-Aid. Everyone can have their coins.
I see.
And that's what you see. Now you saw a big rebound. People bought that dip, and now we're in accumulation phase. And then it does its thing. Now, I think it has marketing for sure, because I talk about it a lot. You got narrative, meme coins, a layer one for meme coins that a lot of people are developing on there. You're seeing a lot of projects going on there. And then 3, the mining aspect of it. Whether you're a proof of work fan or proof of stake fan, there was a certain amount of time where the miners were mining proof of memes more than they were mining ETH PAL. So when you see that all together, I'm seeing work being done. I'm seeing a layer one being built on. I'm seeing, all the meme coin people, they are trading on it. And you're seeing prices going up, and you're seeing a bunch of pump and dumps, just like any other, just like Ethereum in the beginning when Ethereum had its decks. I forgot what the name of the DEX was, but it was horrible. It was so bad. It was so many scams and it was glitchy. Like that's what we're in with proof of memes right now. Like you're seeing scams come in. You're seeing some projects stay up, and the market's doing its thing. What I would like to see, when's Zen on proof of memes?
Zen's proof of memes.
Yeah, there's a layer 1 for you. Proof of work layer 1.
Well,
and it's a EVM, isn't it?
Yeah,
it looks like
it's a direct copy of the old Ethereum before they.
So I spoke with those guys, and we agreed we'll give it a little bit of time just so that they figure their layer, the ground level issues out first. But then naturally it makes a lot of sense because Zen actually borrows from the meme narrative. So it borrows the DNA from Doge and SHIB with its abundance and ability to be so widely available. And obviously the Zen NFTs is kind of like, has the meme elements as well. And so it would make sense to be there. So 100%. I just want them to be stable first because we tried Doge Chain. And Doge Chain got clogged so hard that even regular transactions, transfer transactions were not going through. Yeah. So
I've never had any issues transaction wise. The mining looks good, really good. Hash rate looks good on it. You guys should get on a stream together because
is that
Roger
proof of work chain?
Yeah.
So they actually have miners.
Yep. Yeah, got miners.
Interesting. I like mining aspect actually. So we're gonna have
they're partner with Apollo.
That's cool. I really should investigate more because we're coming out with the proof of work NFTs where you will have actually the computational proof of work applied to the mint of the Zen NFT. So not only you have to burn Zen, but also you have to solve the cryptographic puzzle. And that's going to be one of the early, I wouldn't say one of a kind because I have seen the proof of work NFTs before. That certainly makes it more interesting. And there is vacuum of work for the people with video cards because of the Ethereum merge. There are a lot of people have the cards and don't know what to do with them.
I'll tell you what I'll do, CryptoKindness. Instead of having it on my YouTube channel, I think the most interesting stream that you would have outside of me being on it, but the proof of memes, Dev, Roger, and Jack in a stream together, like when you're talking like brain power going crazy, like it'd be a very interesting conversation. Just anything. It doesn't have to be about proof of memes. It doesn't have to be about Zen. It's just developing. The kid's 23 years old, and I'm just like, this kid is smart. So like it would be interesting to hear both of you guys just talk just blockchain. It doesn't even have to be about projects and what you like and trying to pitch that like that. Those two in a room would be amazing. I would like to see him and Richard Hart in a room, but I'm gonna tell you right now that their personalities probably wouldn't mesh where Jack and his personality would 100% clean together.
The techno vibe.
Yeah.
Degen cypherpunk techno vibe.
Yeah. So it would be a good stream, and if you wanted to do that, CryptoKindness, I would.
Well, I'm up for it. We'll have to. We don't want to put Jack on the spot, but talk it
out. It'd be a good stream just to talk.
I'm game.
So,
all right. Well, put me in touch with Roger B.Roots.
Yeah, I will do.
And we'll
see. I sacrifice a stream that's probably going to get thousands of views to you.
That's nice.
Actually, this way. There you go.
This way, I would do this.
I'm looking at the screen and I'm like,
that's too funny.
Well, yeah, those things eventually add up as good deeds. You want to have those.
Yeah, for sure.
No doubt. Well, boys, I gotta go pick up some kids from school.
All right.
I haven't had anything all day.
Yeah. Roots will have to do it again. I got a whole lot more questions.
Hey, Wednesdays I'm free, so that's my free day. outside of Shield Tank, and then I've got YouTube shows on the Jake Degen show on Thursdays and Mondays. So my Wednesdays are usually my free day to research and just spend the whole day focusing on crypto.
Nice.
Investing in crypto, that is. So
well, we're gonna wrap this up. If you gentlemen can stay on for just a minute afterwards, I'd appreciate it. Or if you can't, I also understand that. But
yeah.
Any closing words for everybody?
Absolutely. It's the bear market. I do think we're going into, sooner or later, we're going to go into the hype cycle. I'm a firm believer that, people might not agree with me, but I don't think the US dollar is imploding anytime soon. I do think there will be a nice bull run for everyone to enjoy. So just stay doing what you're doing. Keep researching, keep looking for the new things, and please keep putting the Zen price a little lower. Because I want to buy that bad boy. I will buy that bad boy up.
So it's more affordable, right? I mean, I think the more affordable it is, the better it is for the world. So.
Yeah. So yes, I'm in Zen. I'm in Hex. I'm in both communities. Everyone knows that. I'm not a maxi in anything. I never will be. I never have. So just keep searching for those new narratives, those new things, and crypto will do wonders for you. It's done it for me. It's done for many other people, and don't think it can't happen to you. 100% can. Just stay in and keep researching.
That's awesome. I wanted to mention that too. Yeah, well, staying safe. But I wanted to mention I like the somewhat of a little like new flair you've added to some of your tweets on a daily basis is the positive, motivating kind of stuff. I always appreciate seeing that, and I think that's really cool that you're doing that. Any final words, Jack?
Just one word: WAGNI.
We all gonna make it. For anybody that didn't know that.
Wag me.
Right.
There's also another word called swag me. It was in one of the Austin crypto conferences, swag me. So they put an S in front of the wag. And they were giving swag out. So swag.
Oh, that's cool. Swag me. I love it. Nice. All right, gentlemen. Well, thank you for being here, everybody. We had up to 125 in chat, which is also kind of bullish for a bear market. It's nice to see people are still paying attention and listening. And we will do this again. I will definitely reach out to you for another Wednesday. Roots, thank you as always for being here. And